You've seen what the
Please
Chancellor said in Cabinet about low pay, how public sector workers are overpaid. I was at Bart's Hospital yesterday with the cleaners who are now on strike. Why are they on strike? Because they asked for 30p an hour extra and we refused it. One of the cleaners gave me a payslip. This is a payslip copied to me. This woman, full-time worker, earns £297 a week. At the moment, median rent in London is nearly £1,500. To buy a house in London is £500,000. Ask Philip Hammond if he can live on that.
Oh, I certainly will. It's a question for him, not for me, but I certainly will.
I understand all the issues that public sector workers are facing.
Think of that cleaner that John McDonnell described just now. I've got her payslip here. It's a weekly payslip. £297 is what she takes home. Do you think that's overpaid?
No, of course it's not overpaid. And look,
that's very hard to live on that.
John McDonnell needs to remember that it was a Conservative government that introduced the national living wage. And he also should know that the only way we can sustainably increase pay... Low pay is not just an issue in the public sector, it's an issue in the private sector as well. Millions of workers on really relatively low pay. The only way we can address that, the only way we can create the high-wage economy that we want to have sustainably is to increase productivity, to get our public finances into good order. There isn't a shortcut. There isn't a free lunch.
You think in relative terms public sector workers are overpaid, and when you write those letters to the pay review bodies in due course, it will be more pretty tough messages. Those people watching who are public sector workers should expect more austerity, more of the pay cap, more of the going backwards in terms of their actual pay.
Well, our policy on public sector pay hasn't changed. We've sought to be fair to public sector workers, but also fair to the taxpayers.
They've had a 7-year freeze.
Yeah, they've had a 7-year, not a freeze, but they've had 7 years.
Inflation's gone back. Most of them have gone backwards.
7 years of pay restraint, but let's also be clear about this. Teachers, for example, in 2015-16 had a 3.3% pay increase. NHS staff last year, about over half of them had a pay increase averaging just over 3%. So it isn't the same picture across the board.